Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm standing in the middle of the room here just so that I can operate this. So just a quick second. Hopefully you can hear me okay. What I'm going to do is show you what the cash flow manager looks like. The cash flow manager is where you would keep your business deduction. The cash flow manager is where you keep your business deduction. You can have, if you have multiple businesses and you want to keep records, you can have multiple files. So here you have 2 files in this example. You can have multiple records, okay? So let's click on one, for example. Okay. So in this case, they have recurring expenses. You can set your cash flow manager to make an automatic entry. If your expense is a recurring expense every month, so you don't have to type it in each time, you can literally set it to the date that you want it to be entered. And all you have to do is come in and click confirm or skip. Make sense? So that's beautiful thing. All right. Here are the little applets, I guess I call them. Typically, you're going to come in here and you're going to enter your expense. You can also enter income though. You can view it, you can export it to Excel or whatever you want, but let's just go ahead and look at enter and view expense. All right. Oh, cool. All right. So, right here, when you click on the drop down, I'm sorry. When you click on the drop down right here, and let's say today you they had lunch, music and entertainment. See, all the categories are there for you. The date's automatically populated, but you can change it. You put in the amount. You put in I don't know, $30. Maybe you and your friend ate lunch or whatever. Food. You say this is Tom. Actually, no, that's Tom. Let's say you did. Who do you pay that expense to? Let's say this was Chili's, right? Yeah. This. No, not where. This is actually who you pay the expense to. Okay. Then, but Iris wants to know who, what, where, when. Why is this a business expense? What was this? Well, you could say this was training. Let's say you're sitting with one of your business partners over lunch. And by the way, today's training anyway. So you're training, right? So that's it. Training. Where? And then you'd say 23, 234, I don't know, Bell Line Road or something. If you don't know exactly where it is, go on the internet and go look at it. Easier.
So do you always want to be a restaurant or maybe just like
you can put if the IRS were to look at this, they should be able to be able to tell where is this spot so that we can say if it's legitimate or not.
Well, typically I put the location because I'm taking a snapshot of the receipt.
Okay, yeah.
Sure.
Sure. So, or even if you can put a cross street or intersection or something, 605 and
A1
or something. Andrew.
Andrew, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I always do that.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
And who I had the meal with?
No. That's that's a common thing that people think. But that's really who you pay this thing to, the money to.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so it makes sense? So you finish with that. You can upload a receipt image if you want it. Maybe you took the picture and you haven't uploaded it yet. You can go ahead and do it here if you want it. If you have a couple cars, but you're trying to deduct miles. By the way, sometimes you may have an expense like this, but your car is not a part of. I'm sorry, I'm trying to run back to you. You may have an expense like this, your car may not be involved in the whole item, right? Maybe you rode with somebody to the restaurant. So you wouldn't have a car expense. But if you're in business and you drove, then guess what? You put it there. Right? So I'm gonna walk down here. And let's go ahead and put something in here. So I just want to show you. So let's say your odometer had 30,000 before you started your trip, before work. And then when you on your way back home, you had, I don't know, let's say you had 30,000 and 20 or whatever, right? So guess what? So you did 20 miles in business, right?
Yes.
Do you always have to use your gun or can you use a trip?
No, you can use anything that will give you the accurate amount. You can even use MapQuest or something.
So you can just type in the miles if you want to.
Yeah, just type it out.
Just give you a number.
Yeah. But see, it's your miles gets logged. Now, right here, it's not doing it in order of the category. It's just doing it in order, chronological order. So whatever date you put the thing in. But that's because it's uncategorized. If you categorize it, then it will. By the way, all these things up front, they will disappear. Normally you go in every couple of days or whatever, and or once a month, and you get rid of these just by confirming them. So these will show all the time. But anyway, look, see if you categorize it. You see that? All the categories. And over the course of the year, this will get bigger. See the one I just entered right here? See that? See that right there? So this will get bigger as you go. It tracks everything for you. You got dashboards you can look at. You can edit. You made a mistake, you can edit it, whatever. But the important thing, you have your miles, you have your records. You can print it off, give it to your tax preparer at the end of the year. See? You can start on the date field, all of this. Make sense, guys? Yeah. All right, I'm going to jump off of this one. Let's have questions. If you have questions, no problem. You can ask me, interrupt me.
From home to here.
Yes.
Now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can do this in your phone, right, when you're traveling, and you have expenses, can you drop
On your phone, yeah.
on your phone?
Yes.
It's iPhone friendly.
Yes. iPhone or Android, whatever.
But this has to be your club. If you're international.
Yes, it's not a real app, it's, but it resembles an app, it's just like an app. It's really a bookmark. You say that's a bookmark.
That's good.
But it comes up just like an app. So in other words, you can't go to the Apple App Store or whatever and find it. You know. But it is compatible. And I do not have an iPhone. I don't know how to do that. But some people have it. All right, cool. So let me get out of this. And I'll show you. This is one piece of software that we have, guys. Very cool. Cash flow management. Next thing I'm going to show you is the cash flow strategist. All right. The cash flow strategist is. Can you do me a favor? Whenever I want to take what please. We'll talk a little bit about it first. The cash flow strategist is a very beautiful piece of software. This thing will help you. Matter of fact, I'll just give you an example of how I use it recently. The cash flow strategist, a friend of mine, one of my neighbors, makes good money. He's a computer software engineer, and he's back up working, making money. But he said to me, I can't understand. I'm making all this money. I don't know what's happening. I can't find money at the end of the month. You hear it all the time. So I said, no problem, I'll come over and I'll help you out. So what I did was, I opened up this tool. And it basically, as an interview, I asked him some questions, and I hit the button, and it created a plan for me. So we've taken the difficulty out of planning, financial planning, so to speak. Okay? And I'm going to show you this beautiful piece of software that you don't even have to be financial guru to get it. And I went to his house, and we're friends, so they can put dinner and all that. But I took about half an hour, and I did this, and I charged him $200. Because he's my friend. background check. He said, that's reasonable. He didn't flinch. I would normally charge $350 for that. Half an hour's worth. Seriously. Watch this. You're gonna see it. Click button A for me, please. Button A is. Oh, wait. Actually, you're fine. But don't forget. Before I tell you this, the first time you go into your background and you see this, you will not have anything here with blank. When you want to create a new file, or you click new and you type in person's name, or if it's, I would suggest that you do it on your own household. It's important because this will tell you, this will reveal to you if you have a good plan in place for your future, for your life, in terms of your economy. You understand? Most people don't have this stuff. All they do is go to work, they go home, they go to work for 40 years, and they plan squat. Nothing. They save a little money in their 401k and stuff, but they have no target. They don't even know if they're doing good or bad. Am I right? Generally speaking, that's what happens. It's true. That's right. Makes sense. So why not take a hold of it? Look, you don't want to be at 65, 70 years old and you say, okay, I'm ready. Let me go see what's in my account. And you have 200,000. Because you might be thinking, oh, that's 6 figures. Well, how long is 200,000 going to last you? You're only going to get about $20,000 every year with $200,000 in your nest egg. That's it. 200,000. Good stuff. So don't let that math fool you. You got to actually do some math. So let's say we went in and we create a file. Boom, you click it. That's the name of the person or your family. Put it there. And here are the questions. So, what are your goals? I love this stuff. It's going to ask you, list them. So let's say I'm talking to John and his wife. Say, John, tell me in terms of priority, tell me what your priorities are. So he says, number one, he wants to pay off his debt. Then he wants to increase his income, reduce taxes, etc. And we leave a little section here. What does he want to do that we don't have? Write it in. He types it in. I want to go on a cruise, number 7. Okay? So simple, right? Oh, no, sorry, not you. You good. I figured I have the power here. All right, section 2. Section 2. Okay, here goes. What is the least amount of monthly income you want coming in, John, whenever you retire? He says, you know what? I want $6,000 coming in right now. What's that? $72,000 for the year? So guess what? He wants to maintain the income that he's making right now. Nobody wants to retire on less. Medical expenses go up and all this stuff, right? You don't want to retire on less. You want to at least maintain the income. So that's a good place to start. Now, when I'm asking John these questions, I understand. So whatever he wants, I'm putting it in. No, this is that ridiculous and stuff. I might say, hey, that's kind of like too much. But the numbers will tell him at the end, so we can adjust it later on. So let's just interview. So he says that. Then I ask him, what year does he want to retire? He says 2030. Then I say, how much money are you going to get from 401k, your Social Security? He says, might be 0. I don't trust Social Security. Well, go look at your little thing that they send you every year, near your birthday, and you go look at it, and it comes up. He says, maybe I get $1,500 for Social Security. Okay. 4. He says, what is the approximate value of your investments today in your 401k? He says, I have $50,000 on my 401k today. I said, cool. We're going to consider that. How much money do you save in your 401k every month? He says, I do $100 every month in my 401k. Okay, cool. How much additional money could you, if you wanted to tighten your belt a little bit, how much additional money can you find? He says $100. How much money do you have set aside for emergencies? If your washing machine breaks or your car or whatever. He says $2,000. Do you have a plan in place, John? You think? To accomplish this goal? He says, no, that's why I came to you. He said, okay, let's go to the next section. Tax withholding. One more section after this. Really easy interview. This section is not going to affect the outcome when you take the money. This is just an awareness thing to show John that, look, John, are you in a good tax situation? See? So we're taking the opportunity to ask him that question right now. So we said, look, do you typically owe or get a refund? He said, typically get a refund. And then we advise him, if you normally owe, consider adjusting your W-4 form, what? Downwards. But if you normally get a refund, consider bringing the number up, like what we did this morning. See? Then we ask him the second question, Which one of these expenses do you claim today? B says, none. When he doesn't have a business, he can't claim any of them. So then at some point, we can say, you know, John, we can flip some more cash for you. Just remember, I'm going to show you this later. That's what I say to John. Because I'm going to put it in business. You understand? And this will show him that he needs one by the time we're done with it. All right. Next section. Next section. Watch this. Debt. Big one. I'll give you a quick joke. The first time the program was created this, by the way, we did this by hand in the past. Again, by hand. With calculators and compounders with books and stuff. But thank God you guys don't have to do that. So when the program was first created this, I actually had them put 5 lines that you could enter this thing. And then there was no add button. So one person was trying to enter, and they had like 12 different debt items, or 50 some crazy number. Charge cards and Macy's cards and student loans and all kind of debt. So it was like, we're going to put it. So I had to go back to the program and say, hey, put this on the button. Anyway, so you can add as many as you want.
Yeah.
Just list them out as you think of them down. Okay? Put down the balance and the minimum payment. Pretty simple. Next section. Here's the hardest section to John because it's going to force him to think a little bit. So here's when he calls his wife over, but he doesn't know. He's like, how do you come over here? Let's talk about the monthly expenses that you have. Well, cell phone. You pay $95 today. The question that I'm going to ask John in this case is, John, do you think you can reduce the amount of money you pay on your cell phone? We're on a mission right now. We're trying to get some cash for you. John says, you know what? I saw this thing called, whatever, Boost, or some cell phone thing, where I can go get a cheaper cell phone. I'm having a problem right now. I need to fix my finances. So I'm going to go do that, and I'm going to save myself $40. See what I did? So all he do, he puts in his current, he puts in what he think he can reduce it to, and then he will calculate it by itself. Okay? He does the same thing. Can I change my utility? Get a cheaper electric or something? We'll go down each one. Cable. Okay? Some things you may not be able to change, but if you can, you change it. Fair enough? So he's going to go down all that stuff. Then, all you do is hit save changes and return. Thank you. I didn't know you were going to work today, did you? Now, the next two buttons right here, let's explain it to you. The first button is where you get to enter. Button B is the results. And then button C is the printable results. Okay, go button B. Thank you. All right, so here's where it gets complex. So here's where you want to focus on this a little bit. Right here, first thing that you see here is 8%. I can always put my mouse in here right now and I could change that to 9, 7, 6, whatever. Hit enter, and the whole entire sheet will update based on that rate of return. Now, let me tell you what that means, first of all. Since this is including or considering investments, 401k, remember we asked about 401k earlier? And since we're trying to create a plan that includes investing and interest and all that stuff, we have to consider a rate that we think we can get for John. That's what that is. John might say, you know what? I don't think I can get 8% on nothing. So let's put it to 6. Okay, your plan, let's put it to 6. But then if you come to my econ training, we should already get 9, 10. Because we do that. But let's leave that in. Y'all understand what I'm saying, where it's coming from? All right. So let's go say, John, you said you want to retire by 2030. Okay, cool. You said you want $6,000 coming in. So there it is. You said that your Social Security is going to pay you 15. So therefore, you don't need to go get that all by yourself because the Social Security is going to pay some of it. So this is your target now. That's the difference. That's probably the most complicated part of it. You get it? Other than that, just do the difference. In other words, that's what you're going to need to have coming in from some asset every month. Social Security is going to take care of the rest of it. So you will still have your total of 6. Okay? Next. In order for you to get this coming in every month on your paycheck from an investment, your investment needs to be worth $675,000. In order for it to pay you that at 8%. So let me explain that to you. Let's say that this was your 401k account. Okay. The day when you retire, let's say it's that day, Fidelity or Vanguard or T. Rowe Price or whoever is managing that nest egg is not sitting on that money. They are invested in the market. They, okay? When they're invested in the market, they're getting 12, 14%. Because these guys went to Harvard and Yale. They know how to get 12%. You understand? Okay. On with your money. Now what you do is you say, look, I need 10%. Not even 10%. I need 8%. You can keep the rest. I mean, you want to have you can. In this example, I need 8%. 8% would pay you that. You understand? So the money is working for you. This is what the deal is. Some people think of retirement the wrong way. They think of, okay, I'm going to retire today. There you go, I retired. Here's my nest egg. And they start to think immediately, how many years am I going to live? So that I can take that nest egg and divide it up in the amount of years. And that's how long my money is going to last. That's the wrong way to look at it. Because that's not called generational wealth, is it? It means at the end of your time, you'll be chunking off bits and pieces of that money, and it's getting less and less. And your kids coming up won't get anything because you keep keeping it off every year. That's the wrong way to look at it. Investing works like this, or retirement works like this. Here's my nest egg, 60 whatever thousand, 600 and something thousand. You live on the return. You don't live on the money. Right? And that's why you want to pay attention to that return to see if it's big enough, so that you can live on it. If you have an orchard with peaches, at what point would you cut down those trees to make firewood if they're producing fruit? You wouldn't do that, would you? Because you want the grandbabies to get that orchard. What you would do is pick the fruits and go sell some, go buy some firewood. You see? So we got to change the way how we look at retirement and this nest egg that we're trying to build. And here's how you test this. I do all the time when I have the finance, I ask them questions so that they can see how they're thinking about these matters. So they can know that, hey, I'm not thinking about this right. I'm in problems. Help me. And the questions I would ask is like that. I'll say, I ask a question like, so how much money do you think you're going to need to retire? I said, give me an answer. Guess something. Or give me some answer. Because that day's going to come. And then they might tell you, I don't know. And they start putting numbers out of the sky. That's when you know you're there. That's when you know you have a plan. It's a really simple test. Really simple. See? All right. So far, so good, right? What was that?
Number 5.
Everybody get it? Yeah. If you don't get it, please let me know. Right, this is the most complicated thing I've in my I just read that. All right. So here we go. Line 5. Projected value of assets owned today. Remember you told me that your 401k was about 50,000? Well, it's going to grow to 49,000 at 8%. That's what that said. Mathematically, this is very sound. This is all based on compound interest. And at that rate, your money will grow to that. That's exactly what will happen. Okay? It's all math. Make sense? So, now your projected net value of assets needed to provide monthly income. Look, now since your 401k is going to help you here, then the amount of your nest egg is not going to be that anymore. It's a difference now, right? And what we're trying to do is get down to the net, as you can see, but this is the difference. Okay? Let's look at the next one. Monthly amount needed for investments to build a retirement freedom goal. Okay. In order to get to this, you're going to have to start investing $1,800 every month at 8%. Make sense? So we're trying, and that's what we're trying to help. Like in my example, I'm trying to help John to set up a plan for himself so that he can reach his target at the right time, right? So next thing, remember you told me that in the interview, you told me that this is the amount that you invest currently in your long-term savings, right? Well, now we don't need to invest all that because you already have 100 of it. So here's the net, it's different. $1,700 is what you're going to have to invest money in order to get to your goal. Make sense? So it's a piece of cake. We took the difficulty out of fighting for this guy. So now he's looking at us, like John's looking at me and saying, man, I'm already strapped. How on earth am I going to get $1,700 to invest in money? Talk about monthly, right? And that's when I said, John, don't worry. That's why we're here. And then he starts showing him, look, okay, John doesn't have a business, right? But remember, we asked him the question before about taxes. And it dawned on him that, look, I need a business. Okay? But we could always put this to zero. I could put a mouse right in here, right now, change it to zero, enter it, and it will update the whole thing. But let's just say we help him to get $100. Okay? Tax advantages, remember how I told you in the tax class earlier, how my last client adjusted his bill before and brought home $512 every month. That's it. You see, and through my office, I see an average of between $200 to $600 in their paycheck. So you put it there. So what we're trying to do is create cash, so we can do some constructive stuff with it. Make sense? Okay, remember the recurring expenses. Remember you said you're gonna change your cell phone and take a lunch to work and try to create some new money? That's what that is. So notice, how much do we have? Who can tell me? Who can spot it? How much money have we freed up? Say it again? There it is right there. 945. I know it's kind of blurry, but 945. So let's put that money to work. Let's put it to work. Remember the debts, the creditors that you listed? Well, the computer is going to do the job for you. It's going to arrange it in the right order so that you get out of it the fastest with the least amount of cash. Make sense? All right. It's not a guessing game. We're going to apply some math. Right? So now look, your car payment, your balance is $1,700. Your current payment is $525. Now we're freed up what? It's $900 added to it. You paid up your $79,000 car in a year. Yeah, did you get it? We have people paying these things off in a fraction of the time it would normally take. How long would that take you normally? Look at this. You buy a car right now today. Pay your normal payment. How long would that take you normally? We're talking about tax savings, reducing your expenses. A little bit, this one has $100 of business income. But I'll show you later on that even if we put zero for the business income, it's not necessarily about the money you're bringing in all the time. It's the money that you do bring in. What do you do with that? You know, are you using it wisely and getting out of debt and preventing from leaking out the back door through taxes and interest? So what we're doing is a snowball effect. You see, we started at the top, and you notice we're already at $900. But look, you roll this number, now it's freed up. Two positive things have happened. Well, you no longer have that $525 payment because you got the car out of the way. But if you don't have a plan for your money, before you get your money's going to disappear. So make sure you know where that $525 is going to go before you get there. It's funny how that works, but it does. All right. So now you know what to do with it. You put it here. You roll it down to the next one. Visa card, $8,000. That's your minimum payment. Add that number to it. You get out of that in 5 months. This is real. Now you roll it. You get the drift, right? You roll to the next one. See? Now you don't have to guess. Which one should I? So people I say, okay, I think I'm going to pay off my car first. You know, this is an emotional thing. Well, this is about finances, right? You got to do something. Let the computer do it. Next, mortgage. Can you imagine paying off your $150,000 house? Because now you're adding this amount to your normal payment. But please make sure you tell the mortgage company to put it on your principal. Because they will get theirs first. But look, you pay off that house. How about I take your big house out? You see? Now, the only thing that prevents this from happening is if you decide to fall off the plan. Because this is mathematical based, so that part is sound. Okay? All right, next. So it shows you in summary what you just did. This amount of debt you had, that's amount of, that's how long it took you to get out of it, right? You're completely debt free by 2020, and then now it showed you the amount that you need, that you have to go invest. Yeah.
I didn't see where you entered interest rates. Did you do that?
No, I didn't enter interest
So
rate.
how do you decide what to pay first?
It's the one that's going to be costing you more, costing you the most. So
It's programmed into the computer in the back. The software that runs this system in the back already has the algorithms to tell you which one to pay off first.
Are the algorithms based on interest rate or the amount?
It's based on the quality of an interest rate, which would be time of payment.
right. So you can pull that information out of what you entered.
Yeah, when you enter it in, when you put in the least amount of payment compared to the amount of debt, the system automatically determines which one you should pay off first.
Oh, okay, okay.
When you first started, you asked them how long you think you would be able to pay all this off. I think you put 2030. Now it's showing 2020.
Well, 2020 is just the amount of time it took you to get out of debt.
That's what I'm saying.
That's just that part.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're taking all this extra cash
Mhm.
and put it all on debt?
Yes, in this case we are.
Oh, okay.
But it's strategic. It's a strategic thing, you know? I'm not just guessing. And that's what I was saying. It's gonna order it in the best way to accomplish that. And you need to continue paying the minimum payment on the rest of them. Okay? All right, I got some stuff. So let me roll down here. We're at step 5.
No, you're not.
Now we can go play, have some fun, right? So John is now smiling, he's happy. All right, let's look at this section. All right. Now we're going to go invest. And remember, we had 8% on the top. All right. This column A is his portfolio before we even showed up to the table. Remember? It's 401k. This column B is the amount of money he was invested in from. So we still have those. Column C is just adding both of them. Column D is all zero because this is money that you invested before we got out of debt. Did we invest anything before we got out of debt? Nothing. That's why it's zero. We decided to take everything, focus on getting out of debt first before we go invest. Column E, that's where my income shows up. Because look, these first two sections here, between 2015 and 2020, were just used to get out of debt. So we're not investing yet. But what's interesting and always intrigued me is that at the end of the first year, 12 months later, your, how much was it? 900? No, $3,000 right here. Your $3,000 monthly grew to 41,000 in 1 year. It always gets me. I mean, I know it's compounding, but just looking at that, it's just amazing how fast this stuff grows. If you invest it right. And then look what's happening though. Look how fast you passed out, you overtook your method. Your method was your 401k, right? At the same, you're at 36,000 here, but you already passed it. And there's no catching up. Look at it. Now, your 401k, before my income showed up, you would only have 90,000 at this point. But look what happens with my econ, the strategy that we teach people to apply, you have 600,000. If you add them together, yours and the new strategy, you got $700,000. You see, John is now, the burden is lifted off his shoulders a little bit. The computer is going to insert congratulations wherever you found success. So what I did in the case with my neighbor is I did this for him, and then I went down to a button. Can you click on this one for me again?
Drew, before you leave that, can you show what would happen if somebody wanted to invest first, or if they want to invest and pay off debt simultaneously?
Yeah, show that. Yes.
Okay, up there where it says, is this alive or is this?
This is live.
Okay, so go. Okay, come down. Okay,
This is live.
Okay, where it says other. Okay, put right there, $500 a month. Okay, so we're gonna put 500 in 401k. Okay, because we got 945 to work with, right? Okay, come on down. Okay, stop right there. Go a little bit more. Did they click? I don't think they clicked enter. Okay, wait a minute. We did it. Put it. It should go right there where it says invest in 41.
Oh yeah, we did it in wrong place. We did it here instead. We did it here instead.
Yeah, don't take it out and down there. Put 0 there.
Oh yeah.
See, this software is interactive. Okay.
Okay.
Get on. Okay. See. So now you got 500 going to your retirement, and you're gonna take the other 445 and pay off your debt. Well, you don't know that yet. Okay. See, so you're gonna take you a little longer to pay off the debt, 88 months instead of 60. But let's go down and look at the final results. Okay. Stop 2000. It took you a little longer, but if that's your choice, then you can do it. Because see, a lot of people will say, well, I just think this or I think that, and it's not really important to us how you do it because it's your money.
That's right.
What is important is for us to show you how to do it.
Yes.
You know, because some people say, well, I want to invest first. Well, that's cool, that's no problem. But it did take longer, didn't it?
Yeah.
In other words, in 2030, before I did 2030, you had $700,000 over here. Now you only got 645. So it did slow your process down, didn't it?
So what you're saying, if they parallel pay off debt and invest, they're going to net less money in their investment. So that 645 in year 2030 is less than what we showed on the other component.
Okay, see, look at 2030. Everybody see that? Okay, slide that over a little bit if you would for us, please, on the computer. So we can see that. It's 645 and what? Now, I like doing it parallel too. Because I like to, I don't want to just pay off debt. That's just a personal thing, right?
That's what I my point.
Right, but the point is when you teach this to people, you show them both ways so they can choose.
Right.
Okay, so we got 645. Okay, now scroll back up. Let's take the 500 out. Okay, keep going. Bang. Now take the 500 out, put 0. See, nothing else changed. You go back down. Keep going. Keep going. 2030. 699.
Okay.
Okay, slide it over. Everybody see?
So what was that difference? I can't remember the other one.
It was $50,000.
Okay.
It was $699 versus $645.
Okay.
Just $50,000. So, because the problem is debt and taxes,
Right. Yeah.
you know, but at least you was working on it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's what's important.
Yes.
That's what's important.
Okay. So do you teach people to have the emergency fund in this process, Howard?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. In our back office in the PCP, we say the first thing you should do is get your emergency fund, and that's $3,000, and this step by step.
Any other questions? And then typically what we do, if we do this for a client, you can button C that I showed you before, gives you the printable version of this thing. And in my case, I just printed it out, explained it to him, handed it to him in a nice folder, charged him $200. And I say, if you need to update this every 3 months, let's update it, you know? And I don't want to charge for that, but pretty much new copy of it. But this is a beautiful piece of software that we have. Cool? All right.
All right, let's give her a big round of applause. All right, everybody doing good today?
Yes.
All right, anybody got a question before we got about 40 minutes, and I'm going to talk about how to use this to build your business and build your wealth and they know where you want to be financially. Anybody got a question before we start on this?
One quick question. I know that the numbers are adding up really fast. Can you explain how compound interest
Works?
Yeah, because I know there's like a formula, right?
Yeah, it is basically compound interest. Is the difference between simple interest and compound interest is if you got $1,000 and you make 10%, so at the end of the year you got $1,100, $1,100. Simple interest would be the next year you get $100 interest on the 1,000 again, so you'd have $1,200. But compound interest, you would have $1,000, you make 10%, so you have $1,100. And then the next year they would pay you 10% on the 1,000 and the 100. They pay you 10% on the whole 100. And by that compounding, it grows to be faster. Excellent. Anybody else got a quick question? All right. Well, yes, sir.
I have a question that doesn't pertain to this.
No problem.
My question is, as far as like the mall and all that other stuff, how do you calculate the cash value? Is it dollar for dollar? So whenever you're
It's a percentage of the amount of money that it's 50% of what the company pays us. And it's written on and it's on every one of before you order, it's there.
It's there, okay.
Mm-hmm. It's there. So basically what happens, let's say somebody goes to Walmart and they're gonna spend $100 and Walmart's gonna pay us 6%. So Walmart would pay us 6%, $6. We would take $3 of that and give it to the customer. And then we would take the other $3 and use it for cash back. Okay. Yeah, no problem. All right. So basically, yes, go ahead. It's okay. Go ahead.
This is my first time, so should I be here or over there?
You should be over here.
Okay.
Basically, what we do in my econ is we have two training modules. We have two training flows. Okay, one is financial and one is business building. You'll hear me use that terminology all the time when I'm sending information out to everybody in the company, because what happens is typical network marketing companies, you're selling something that's very simple, maybe a weight loss product, but it's simple. It's something you can explain to somebody in 10 minutes. And there's nothing wrong with that because there's an advantage to that because it's simple, right? But there's also disadvantages to that. But when you're doing something that's very simple, then most of the time in that company is spent training people on how to build a business, or in personal development, or in motivation. And that's good and that's cool. But we have a product, a system, our number one product is financial software and strategies. That can't be taught in 10 minutes. It can't be mastered even in a day. So we have a financial training system and we have a marketing training system. So once a month, all over the country, we have a 2-room format. Over there, they're talking business building. Over here, we're talking finances, taxes, debt elimination, et cetera, okay? So when you first start in my econ, you should probably go through the financial first. Okay, you get the taxes, the W-4, because when you bring people in, you gotta show them how to do it, and you first need to implement it for yourself, okay? Now, but taxes and all that stuff, it doesn't change. Once you got it, you got it, okay? So you go to that class once or twice, every until you're comfortable, right? And then from then forward, you'll always go to business building. Now, they have meetings here in Dallas every Saturday, okay? If you look in your back office, you'll see the address. But the meetings on the third, fourth, and first Saturdays is just a business presentation where you invite guests. On the second Saturday of each month, that's when they have the 2-room format. Okay? And that's when we divide up in the rooms, and that's when we do training. In other words, on the other Saturdays, it's not training, it's just recruiting. Does that make sense? Okay. So, in this particular room, you're learning the financial part of the taxes and the W-4 and all of those things. Once you start going to business building, you'll probably never even come to another financial training except to teach it. See, because 90% of our people can teach this class. Now, why is that so important? Here's why it's so important. I've been in network marketing 35 years full time. Okay? I've been at the highest level of 2 of the biggest companies ever built. I was national sales director for A.O. Williams, And at the end, when it became primary, because when I left, it was it changed to what it was like about 2 years after that. Corporate management, when the original founder owned it, was a whole different. It's a good company. But I was a national sales director there in my 20s. And then I was an executive director with Excel Telecommunications, which was got to the New York Stock Exchange quicker than any other company in history, 9 years. Okay? So during that period of time, this is what you start to realize, is that what most people, the message that they sell, the message that they talk about is, you know, John Doe is making $100,000 a month, Mary Smith is making $200,000 a month, and Samson. In other words, the vision is get involved in network marketing, recruit a bunch of people, or recruit somebody that's really good. They're going to put 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 people in your downline, and you're going to make your 40, 50,000 money, you're going to get rich. That's the idea of financial success, right? And there's nothing wrong with that except one thing. Mathematically, that could never happen to more than 1 out of every 10,000 people. Okay, if you're getting $6 a month, you're going to make 60,000 a month, that's 10,000 people, wouldn't you? So only 1 out of 10,000 can happen to them, am I correct? So mathematically, that would never be a broad-based success system for anybody, would it? It doesn't mean it's wrong, it doesn't mean it's a lie, it doesn't mean it's not the truth. It's just not the truth. It's just not applicable to a large number of people, right? Okay. I did that type of network marketing. I was, like I said, I was at the top of the 2 biggest ever built. I know how to network like that. But I didn't want to build a company where 1 out of every 10,000 people, or even 1 out of every 1,000 people was going to be successful. I wanted to build a company where we could have 90, 95% higher success rate. Okay? Because what people come for is success, right? Has anybody ever heard of John Maxwell? Okay, so if you've heard of John Maxwell, you've also heard of the law of process, right? And if you haven't heard of John Maxwell, you might have heard of the law of process. The law of process basically says that everything, to be successful in anything, you have to use the law of process. Teachers use the law of process. You learn some things in the 1st grade, and in the 2nd grade, they build upon those, and the 3rd, and so on. Am I correct? And you look up one day, and you got a high school diploma, and then you're a college graduate, you and so you become knowledgeable in that arena. Am I correct? If you're an athlete, they use the law of process, right? You practice a certain set of techniques or strategies, and you practice them until you master them, right? That's the way it works. If you're a musician, it's the law of process, right? Well, guess what? If you want to be a millionaire, you want to be financially successful, you got to use the law of process. The law of process says I have to start managing cash flow properly, and over a period of time, I can grow and build my business. That's why this cash flow strategy is so important, is because it shows you what the law of process will do over a 7 to 10 year period of time to make you a millionaire. Because he shows you how to become a millionaire in 15 years with $100 a month, didn't he? Yes. So I bet you could make 500 or 800 or 1,000 in your business if you just did what you're supposed to do. You could be there in 10 years, right? Or 9 years. Does that make sense? And you could build a tremendous company, but more important, you can reach your goals through the law of process. You see, this idea, in other words, I'm saying this because I want you to understand you can't be successful in my econ trying to do it the way that other network marketing companies do it. And if you think about it for a few minutes, you really don't want to do that anyway. That's why you're here. Because it didn't work, didn't it? It didn't work. Because the idea that I'm just going to be the one person out of 10,000 that's going to make the 100,000 a month, and everybody else is kind of pawns in the game trying to get to that. Does that make sense? Okay? And so that's why we teach this in the training classes like we do. We want to give you a plan. So in my econ, you're working 2 things. You got your finances, boom, you're going to do this, you're going to implement it. Boom, first thing you do is going to change your W-4. Bang. That's going to give you some cash. You want to take some of that cash, you want to start investing some of it, you want to start paying off debt with some of it. Okay? I like the idea of paying off. I like the idea of investing some of it day one. Okay? Because The reason is you build what I call a promo. You see, in our society, we are trained to rank everything, to evaluate everything, to build reputations on everything, and to evaluate how they're doing. In other words, you said, oh yeah, that's a good company there. That college is ranked high out of the top 10 in the state or the top 10 in the country. Am I right? Okay. So in a promo, so we have promos, you know. Companies have jingles. They have, like, they said, so in church they call them testimonies. This happened to me, so, right? So what happens is when you get in this business and you talk to a friend about this business, and you're trying to get them to come to your meeting, whatever, the first thing they're gonna ask you is, well, how are you doing? Am I right?
Yeah.
And so you got to build your promo. If you don't build a promo, you're never gonna get them to follow you. Why are you talking to me if I'm not working for you? Huh? They're not gonna say it that way. That's what it's gonna mean, right? The way they're gonna say it is gonna be politically correct. They're gonna say, "Man, I tell you, they just really working me hard at work."
That's how they do it.
And I'm gonna be tied up on a couple more. I got several projects I'm gonna be tied up on for the next 6 months. But give me a call back after 4th of July. That's what they're gonna say, right? All right. So in other words, so you're gonna start investing. So somebody, you get in my income, you change it up before you get your cash. Let's say you get 400 a month, you put in the whole 400 in your retirement account, you do 200, whatever. Okay, I suggest you invest first.
Okay.
And then money you make in the business, you can use that to start eliminating debt, right? So then, when somebody says, well, how are you doing in the business? Oh, I got in immediately, and after shifting my income, I was able to get an extra, several $100 new cash monthly, and now I'm building my investments with that. That's a pretty good promo with it.
Yeah.
You see? Now you could say, well, I shifted it, I changed my debt before I got the cash and I'm paying off debt. I don't think that sounds as good as I'm investing, does it?
No, it don't.
That's just me personally, right? Because I want to build a business, so if I'm gonna build a business, I gotta build a promo, right?
That's right.
That's just like if you open up a restaurant,
Go ahead.
you got to build a promo for your restaurant. It shouldn't be, we got bad food. You don't want that promo. All right, so you want to build your promo. So you start working on that, preparing. So that's why you immediately change your W-4. That's why we had to come to this class first. When you bring people into business, remember, get them this, because you got to tell them they got to build that promo, right? All right, so now you're investing that money in there every month for $100. You access every 90 days, your promo grows, doesn't it? Every 90 days it grows. Okay. Now let me tell you another reason that you're going to be successful. If you got this strategy, when a new person come in, they're going through the promo, okay, they're investing their money, and they know that it's going to take them 7 to 10 years to become a millionaire in this business, right? So in 6 months, when they start getting a little group going, start making money, now here comes Joe, Big Willie, in a network marketing company. Hey, hey Larry, man, I'm involved in this company, man. It's a new company, man. They got this joke over there, man. He's making $400,000 a month. And he thinks he's gonna be making $1 million a month. And Larry says, well, that sounds good. He think about it. I believe I'm gonna take my $500. I believe I'm gonna pay off my debt. I don't believe I'm gonna use that to go to another convention to hear about another network marketing. See, it moves. A plan moves distributors from being like a pinball, going from company to company, deal to deal, meeting to meeting, conference to conference, convention to convention, chasing a phantom dream till you start working on your finances.
That's true.
See, that's what you got to do. Did you know that corporate America did what my income does? Did you know that in 2005, when the economy got rough, Did you know that corporate America, all of the financial advisors and legal people all over the world, you know what they did this? What they did? They shifted their income from what? From taxes and debt, and expenses to what? Their assets. First thing they did was what? Cut labor. They shifted expenses, didn't they? You probably ought to call your phone company and see if you can get it cheaper. You probably ought to call your cable company and threaten them. So I'm thinking about leaving. Y'all got something cheaper. So yeah, I know y'all give me 2-year deals to everybody else. And I'm gonna go over there and give me a 2-year deal unless you're gonna give me something over. I'm serious. Me and my wife, we do that every 2-3 years. We come outside. I can call them threaten them. You don't give everybody else, you gonna give them a 2-year deal, but we've been paying and you give us your raw deal. And you call back 3 or 4 times, you get the break that low, you pay the bill.
That's right.
They will do it. Call them threaten. They'll do it. Okay? You start lowering your expenses, right? Then corporate America, they started it. They used to pay for everybody to fly first class. First class empty now. They shifted the expenses. They took that money, boom, they paid off debt. And then the stock market went, zoom. That's what you gotta do in your life. So you can't run around the country and the world following a phantom dream to be financially successful. Well, I'm gonna run to this company and get a secret. And then they got a meeting in Atlanta in 6 months. They're gonna have the secret. Woo! And then if you got to get to this next one, it's gonna be in LA. Woo! Vegas, we got the secret. And you look up, you done spent $1,500 on a secret. And you secretly, your bank account went down all year. You could have taken that money, bam, paid your debt down. Or stuck it in your investment, boom, and grew your assets. That's why you don't see none of that in my income. Because see, if you grow financially, I'm gonna grow financially. You know why? Because you're gonna go tell somebody. You're gonna go tell somebody you love. You're gonna tell somebody you care about. You're gonna say, hey, you need to go to my income. That's how Drew and Stephanie became millionaires. I didn't tell Drew he was gonna teach the class this month. Don't tell nobody when they're gonna teach. I'm not gonna be doing it, y'all better teach. That's all you do that. If you're doing it, shouldn't you be able to teach it? If you got to practice it, you must not be doing it. Wouldn't that just make sense? To me, it does. I mean, you got a football game coming up, and hey, coach, what position will we play? He's coming at that position will be playing. Okay, so that's why we have the 2 classes, and it's going to put you in a different framework. And you're going to be able to grow your life over the next 7 to 10 years in my econ and become legitimate, debt-free millionaires. You're going to get rid of your debt, you're going to invest, and you're going to build your business. And let me tell you something. The more as your debt goes down and your investments go up, you're going to build your business faster. Because you're going to be more legitimate in business. Isn't that what all the young adults say when they talk about the music? They say I'm legit, that means you really did something worthwhile, right? Even they want to know what's your promo, right? They want to know what's your credit, right? What have you ever done that can be verified that you did something, right? That's what they want to know. So that's what we want to know, okay? And that's what you're building here. And then in your back office, if hey, Drew, hop on that, go to the back office and pull up the personal, go to the document center. We even have a thing back there called cash flow report, where you build your promo you do it every month, okay? Click on this thing. Okay, go back over here to my income DNC. Okay, boom. Now let's go to tools. Okay, find cash flow success. See, every time you get a new, every so often, once a month or so, you gotta go in there and say, every time you get a new check, add all your checks up, that you got in commission. Okay? 25% of all of the dollars that you put on your Schedule C, or your cash flow, 25% of that, that's your tax savings. Because if you didn't put them there, you would pay taxes on that money, right? Okay, if you go your cell phone bill by $20, then that's going to every so month update, see how much money you spent in expenses. Okay, growth on your assets, you start investing, not the money you put in, but just the new growth. Add it up, that's your cash flow report. So when somebody asks you how you doing in my econ, you want to say, since I've been doing my econ, I've cash flowed X thousands of dollars, I've learned a lot, and got a plan in place that's helped me grow my finances. It shouldn't be, well, it's just good, man, it's just exciting, and, John, no, he making $100,000 a month. I thought I asked you how you doing. But they fake it. They fake it. Am I correct? Shaking and faking, that's what they do, okay? And we don't do that anymore. That's why we do it this way. So we're not even trying to be that way. We don't want to be that way. We have 2 training modules. Drew, go to the fundamental training module. It's 607, I believe. And as you get implemented, so in February, if you got some people that they got meetings, they got webinars, they got BPMs for the rest of the month. And but in February, when they have it, I'm sure they're gonna move it from Valentine's Day. Okay, so that's the 14th. So they'll probably go to the first Saturday or the fourth Saturday for the 2-meeting training in February. I'll be back in March, but you should be there in February because the more repetitions, the longer what process, right? Okay, so it's going to be 616. Okay, so you should be there in February, and as you start to implement this, you as a leader, becoming a leader in your business, you need to direct your associates. See, as a leader, you got to help them understand what it is that we do and why is it we do it. And then you got to be willing to fight for your success. Let me see what I mean. Just yesterday, I was here, and somebody came they came. They said somebody said, "Okay, I want you to talk to somebody." I said, "Okay, cool." So they asked me what I was, how long I working. So I talked about 90 seconds, and they cut me off, and then they started talking about what they do. But really, they didn't come to you. Right? No. They're doing a new network marketing company, and they just wanted to recruit me. So I let them talk about 20 minutes, and I just started laughing. Y'all ever seen Fred Sanford in Family Son? You know when Fred says, "This is the big one." And this is the big high I'm climbing. So I started doing that. I started laughing at him.
What they do?
Because I was like, okay, so what you want me to do is to get everybody in my income to join a company for $300-400. They're gonna make $50. In my econ, they join for $180, we pay out $250. On every 7, we give out $1,000 bonus. And then you want us to go sell cell phone. And so I told them, I said, let me explain something to you. Because they were like, I know they were getting a little offended out of that. I said, if I gave you your cell phone service free, would it change your life? It wouldn't. You already got cell phone, right? So if I just gave you yours free, it wouldn't change your life, would it? If you had a free cell phone, talk all you want. You still want to be financially successful, wouldn't you? Because it wouldn't make you financially successful, would it? Am I right? See, in America, we have access. So you got to get this back down. In America, we have access to just about every product, service, investment that could possibly enhance a human being's life. Is that correct? That's right. But most people don't have to do it. Why they don't have it? Because they're missing one thing. MONEY. They don't have success with it. They don't have financial success. And we're in the financial success business. Even if I was going to sell cell phone service in my econ, I would just put it on our website and let you buy it off the off the web. The flagship product in our company would still be financial success, wouldn't it? See, those other things are just products.
Right.
They're just services. You understand? You see, when financial America, when corporate America got in trouble 10 years ago in '05, and they was in financial trouble, they didn't just add another product. They shifted income, didn't they? They cut expenses, didn't they? They cut taxes, didn't they? They got rid of debt, didn't they? They didn't just get another product, did they? You understand what I'm trying to say? See, you got to start doing your finances with proven strategies. You got to use proven. I didn't create income shift. This is a proven financial strategy for thousands of years. Cut costs. Taxes is a cost. Debt's a cost. Expenses is a cost. Invest. These are strategies for 500 years. So if you violate them, you end up in a financial accident. If you embrace them, you end up with financial success. Okay? And see, all those other things, cell phones, the weight loss, the diet pills, all the lotions, all of them. If you had financial success, wouldn't you easily be about them? So wouldn't it make more sense for us to work on the root?
That's right.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So see, I want you to start building your business. You do tonight. I want you to build your business based upon that foundation. See, don't run. Okay, I've been doing this 30-something years. And I'm gonna give you a quick background. We've got about 5 minutes here. When I was in Excel, they broke up the phone industry in 1984 with AT&T. By that, and by 1990 they had gotten all the bugs worked out. And companies made billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars in the telecom industry in 10 years or less. And then almost all those companies went away, including AT&T. That's why they changed it. They sold the old assets. They called it the new AT&T. We go to another industry. You remember when something like 99 and 2000 they came out on the cover of Time magazine and they said millionaire.com. Everybody got a .com quick and you made $1 million quick, right? And all of them except a handful of them went out of business. Am I correct?
Yes.
See, products and services come every day, don't they? And they go every day. And if you build your business on just the latest hot product or service, you're going to lose. The idea is to have a business and then just interchange the products and services in your business. I remember about 3 years ago, man, OG was just selling coffee so fast it looked like it was running out of the building. So we just called up a manufacturer and said, y'all got some coffee over there, we want to buy it and sell it. And it started running out of my building too. We were still saving money on taxes, minimizing expenses, investing. Because that was our product, right? Financial success was our real product, right? So we got product on the website. Now, if they get another product that thing is just exploding, I'm going to pick up the phone and call and say, hey, look, we got 50,000 reps over here. Y'all want to sell some more of it? We'll buy it and we'll sell it for you. You see, that's marketing, right? Because every product that we sell in network marketing, like nutrition companies, like Tahisha Noni was one, other one, any product you sell in network marketing, as soon as that thing get big, Walmart call that company up and say, hey, boys, y'all want to sell it to us? And then put it on the shelf, half price. And that's the end of that story. Am I right? Is that way right? So I want you to become a business builder and a financial person today. You're gonna build one company. We're gonna put whatever product we need to put in there. Because the products ain't gonna change your life, no way. What's gonna change your life is investing.
That's right.
What's gonna affect investing is how much you can put in there. Okay? Because how much you spend in taxes, how much you spend on debt, how much you spend on expenses, and how much you generate in income from your job and your business is going to determine how much you can invest. Because the investing is what's going to make you successful.
That's right.
Okay? So now we also do these, I do a webinar every Monday night in Atlanta. And all you got to do is refer people to that webinar. Do it every Monday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And if you look in the back office, you'll see it. Okay? I do a conference call by phone every Wednesday night. And probably whoever down there, just have somebody upline from you to do these things. So you got plenty of places to get people to hear the basic presentation. I'm going to do one over there in about 10 minutes. And then we're going to be done for the day. Okay? Scroll down. I'm going to look at this real quick. This is our fundamental. I want you to get this class structure here so you can, okay, stop right there. This is the foundation. This is what you went through part of this today. Okay? So when you send your group, okay, because why? Now, so when you bring somebody into business, you should know how to help them fill out their form. If you don't, you go back to the class again. We also got it on the video. So you can do that. Then you should know how to tell somebody how to keep their taxes and record keeping. If not, you can't do yours yet, and you can't teach somebody, then you need to keep coming to that class and keep going until you master it. That makes sense? You should know the cash flow success strategy. That's what Drew was showing you. Okay, the last one. You should put one in for yourself. You should have a plan. When I was about 29 years old, I was making about $150,000 a year in the 80s. And I did my first cash flow strategy. I said, okay, if I'm gonna make, I said, man, if I want to make $150,000 a year for the rest of my life, then I need, when I figured out, it said I need about $3 million. Okay, the interest on that at 6% would give me $180,000 a year with it. Okay, so then I knew what I needed to work on. Once I reached that goal of $3 million, then I said, okay, I changed the numbers and said, okay, I'll change the numbers in my cash flow strategy and go for the next goal. Then you got the PCP, the income statement. That's what you're doing with your cash. And then the balance sheet, that's your assets that you're doing. This financial module you need to master. It's in your training manual, okay? Drew, minimize that and go. I'm going to show them where it's at on the website real quick. If you can study, I go through this with you, line by line. Just minimize that. Because we're already in the back office there. Or, yeah, just hit minimize it. Or whatever you have to do. Yeah, okay, scroll up. Okay, click on, what am I supposed to be looking for? I'm supposed to be looking for, what am I looking for?
Are you looking for the videos?
Yeah, the videos, go all the way up. Click on training. Okay, this class right here. Okay, see? I take all the tax deductions. Okay, just scroll up. You ain't got to show them. I don't want to click on one. And I show every one of them line by line. So you have to keep all your tax records, okay? All right, we got 6 minutes. Okay, just scroll down. Just 13 classes. I break them all down to 5, 8, 9 minute increments. Okay? I take you through the tax book to show you where it's at in the tax book on the IRS website. So you're not having to guess. Say, I don't know if this is, okay? I'll just show you one. Click on, this is the one where I show you how to do the W4. Okay, scroll down a little bit, bro. Come on down. Then stop right here. All right, just click on, come on there. Scroll down. click on interest expenses. See, we'll even, okay, click on. We'll leave out here. We'll leave out. See, it's gonna even bring, it's gonna bring up the book line by line from the IRS tax book. See? And so you should be an expert. So we're gonna go to the tax. See, IRS publication. Okay? And I'll do this, and I'll be redoing this again. Okay, see, it'll tell you, it brings it down, show it to you, line by, everybody see it? Okay, you can click on it, okay? Okay, go back to training. Okay, click on. No, I want that training module that we was just on. In the back office.
Oh, it's on the third.
Back to the video. Okay, now, scroll up. Okay. Click back on the training module. Okay, click on asset accumulation. Okay, now, okay, see, you want to learn how to do, want to know the strategies that he just did? You want to see it again? I do it line by line. You don't need to click on it, okay? I show you how to do the PCP, the income statement, the balance sheet. I show you how to keep all your tax records. Okay? Everything you need about the business is on video. It's written in the book and it's on video. So what's going to happen? The law of the process. You go through it 8, 10, 12 times, you become an expert, right? Okay? That's the law of process. That's how you're going to get where you're going. Then we're going to build a business around it. And let me tell you something. The team, when you know more, you're going to be able to recruit your friends and your associates and your brothers, because you're going to be able to show them things to put money in their pocket immediately. See, the hardest thing you're going to face in this business is many people you talk to are going to come from old school network marketing mindset. Because they're going to be trying to convince you about some money that they heard somebody else making. That's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to be doing. Okay? All right, so y'all know what we got there. Anybody got a question before we get out of here for today? Yes, sir.
At some point, are you guys going to be able to change all the data, whether it be on the website itself or located into Spanish? I know.
Yes, we have already had the we've already had the business presentation and the brochures turned into Spanish. That'll be out in just a matter of days. Matter of fact, I got somebody here in Dallas did that for us. So most of that's already completed, and we probably won't do all the stuff on the website, but we'll do all the brochures, the presentation, and the training. Yeah, so we'll get that. Yeah. All we got to do now is just a training manual. That'll be all we got. Because we've got a group here in Dallas that actually has done for us a couple of weeks, about a month ago. Yep. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Is there a DVD that has the overview of everything? I know you guys have seen the DVD that's visible.
No, we do not. Just, you mean like the business presentation?
The overview of the business and learning the tax strategies and whatnot, and promoting just a summary of everything that you pretty much go over today.
Yeah, we don't have that on DVD. It's just all on video.
Now, some people have internet access, that's why I asked.
Right.
So the only tools you have is brochures
And the videos, yes, all this online. Yeah, can you download those videos to your desktop? I know some people have copied them. I don't know if you can or not. I'll look into it and see. How to, if not, we can do it, because it wouldn't be anything to have to report it to DVD.
Yeah.
I'll look at it.
Okay.
Because it's already on video, you just have to download it to that. But I'll look at it.
Right.
Okay? All right, well, I do thank all of you for coming today, and I'll see you in 2 months. And we'll be doing, I'm on every Monday night, so get on the call, say hello to me. Sounds good? Thank y'all very much. Yes, sir.
Is there a business presentation?
Yeah, we're gonna have a business presentation next door, and so those who want to see it again or.